to my channel. My name is Rachel, that is the R in the RK Stumblingbear, and I'm a reader and a writer. And today we are looking back to 2014, to the 5-star books, or the books that I rated 5 stars on Goodreads. This year, there were only 10, so this one will be pretty short. In 2014, the first 5-star I gave out was for The Sorcerer Heir by Cinda William Chima. This is a young adult series where I would say urban fantasy, paranormal. You have your normal society, but there are people with magic who kind of live just out of sight for most people. And Sorcerer Heir, I think, is number 3. Guy finds out that he has sorcerer powers, and he has always been raised in special schools, boarding schools, never knowing who his mom was, has absolutely no clue who his dad is, and he ends up finding them basically and coming into his own powers and what that actually means for everyone else, because it shakes things up. My second 5-star was Skunkworks by Ben Rich, and this is specifically talking about how the stealth plane was built and the process that it went through. So it's a nonfiction. And yeah, I just like learning about that early aviation period and the decisions that were made and how the design of it came about. I don't know if you've ever seen it, so here you go. But it doesn't necessarily look like a sleek plane, but apparently how it's built actually really works. My third 5-star was for Dreamfire by Kit Alloway, and this is the first in a series that I have not continued on with at this point. And I won it in a Goodreads giveaway, I'm pretty sure. I won it in some sort of giveaway because this is an advanced reader copy. And this is following Jocelyn Weaver, who comes from a family of dreamwalkers. And so that's somebody who can go into a dream, influence it a little bit, or basically make sure, that nothing evil is trying to mess with people. And a classmate gets brought in to her family who has no history with this, and she's trying to deal with that relationship. It's a very interesting concept. Like I said, I haven't continued on with this series, but I also have not gotten rid of this copy, and I read it in 2014. Probably due for a reread and then to read the rest. The fourth book I gave a 5-star to was Lost Moon by Jim Lovell, which is his experience in Apollo, leading up through and a little bit afterwards of Apollo 13. I like reading all of the astronaut biographies I can find, or autobiographies, and I really enjoyed this. From reading this, you can see that a lot of this was used as reference material for Apollo 13, the movie, and so it's a pretty good adaptation, I would say. I then gave 5 stars to The Final Empire, or Mistborn, by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in that first trilogy of that series, and I just like the magical world. Then as she learns about her powers and how to navigate society. However, I have DNF'd the rest of the series. The first one just stands in my memory as a standalone. I don't need the rest. I then gave 5 stars to Cast in Silence by Michelle Segura. This is part of the Chronicles of Elantra series. It's book 5, actually. And we're following Kaylin Nea, who is a private in a police force in the city of Elantra. And someone from her past comes and accuses her of some grave crimes and brings up in her past. She grew up outside of the city of Elantra, in what they call the fiefs, and the fiefs share a border with this magical no man's land but sometimes weird creatures come out. So the people in the fiefs are pretty desperate most of the time. So yeah, that's kind of the basis of that book. Then I gave 5 stars to Mission to Mars by Buzz Aldrin, and this is just him presenting his case of why we should go back to Mars and how we should do it. I gave 5 stars to Becoming a Writer by Dorothea Brand, and this is actually a craft book that just kind of gives different writing examples, which I really enjoyed at the time that I did it. I don't know if I would enjoy it again now, because I don't think that's the type of writer I am. I then gave 5 stars to Cast in Secret, which is number 3. What? Apparently I've been going down this list from oldest 5-star to newest, didn't realize it. So I gave Cast in Secret, which is number 3 in the Chronicles of Elantris series by Michelle Segura. And this is more of a straight up mystery. Something's been stolen from a section that's on Kaylin's beat, and her and her partner have to investigate to get the box back. And then I also gave 5 stars to VB Rose, manga volume 12 by Banri Hidaka. All right, this series premise is a girl finds out her older sister is getting married, and her older sister is also pregnant. And so she goes with her sister to look at a wedding dress and is kind of being negative about it because she held her older sister on this pedestal, and one of the wedding dress designers gets fed up with her and throws her out of the shop. However, her older sister kind of pleads her case and then also says that, hey, my younger sister is an up-and-coming designer herself, maybe you would mentor her, kind of thing. And then some romance ensues. It's, old style manga, but I remember having a lot of fun with it. From these 9, I remembered pretty well a lot of them. Some of the details were muddled with the Chronicles of Elantris series, but I mean, I'm reading like book 18 now and haven't done a full reread in years. But the rest of them I would say are probably still 5 stars in my estimation. With the one thing of Becoming a Writer might just not be applicable for me anymore because of how I've changed as a person. Do you remember any of your favorite reads from 2014? I'd love to know. Also, if you have read any of mine, I'd love to know your thoughts as well. Thank you and have a great day.